I want to begin by congratulating Brian on this much-deserved honor. He is indeed an outstanding parliamentarian. He and I were in substantial disagreement over many issues over many years when we were both in the House of Commons. This is to be expected. He was a Conservative Prime Minister, and I was the leader of a Social Democratic Party in the Commons. However, there emerged towards the end of my period as a parliamentarian, when he was Prime Minister, two matters of singular importance upon which we agreed and about which he showed outstanding leadership. I refer in the first instance to the abominable treatment of so many thousands of Japanese Canadians during the Second World War. These Canadians, who were absolutely innocent of any wrongdoing, was well understood by the Canadian Ministry of Defense that they did not in any sense constitute a threat to the security of our nation. In spite of this, their property was taken away, their economic livelihoods were destroyed, they were moved holus bolus, whole families, away from their residences on the West Coast, somewhere else in the interior of Canada. Prime Minister Trudeau had refused to take any action showing an apology towards these Canadians. Brian stepped in as Prime Minister. He took that important initiative in 1988, providing some financial assistance to some 22,000 Japanese Canadians and setting up a multi-million-dollar human rights fund in commemoration of this act. In addition to this outstanding work on behalf of Japanese Canadians, Brian took decisive international action when it came to apartheid. There were other conservative leaders at the time, Margaret Thatcher, Ronald Reagan, both in power, both ostensibly committed in their opposition to apartheid, but both refusing to do anything about economic sanctions. Brian stepped in and provided real leadership on this issue. In an important meeting of Commonwealth leaders, he took on Margaret Thatcher directly, forcefully, on the issue of sanctions. This was followed up by a barn burner of a speech at the UN General Assembly in 1988 on the same subject. The whole world could thank Brian for the kind of leadership he showed on this issue, and all Canadians in particular will join in appreciation for the issue of leadership on the question of Japanese Canadians. Again, I salute you, Brian, on an award much deserved.